But here we are, all in my traveling greatness. On the road. Do you know we drove from Georgia down to Florida, then to Louisiana, then to Texas, and then straight up to Wenatchee, Washington. So, in the midst of all that, what possible thoughts could I have to share? Number one is I don't like those glasses, so let's go here. And let's be vain. But this is really something that I just want to share from my heart. May not relate to you, but if you're interested in really having home in your heart, if you're interested in legacy and leaving a legacy, being a part of a legacy, can I share a little bit on my journey since being in Wenatchee at my mom's? First of all, if you think you're too old to get remarried, listen to this. My dad passed when he's 48. My mom waited 15 years to get married for 3 months. That husband died. So up until the age of 82, she got married. She's going on 2 years of marriage. So I'm in the midst of seeing my mom get blessed with a wonderful husband. In the midst of experiencing that drive, a lot of ministry stops, but that drive with my husband, just going that long. And then all these thoughts of where is really your home? Can your home be in a place that doesn't matter where you are? And I'd say yes. I remember the first day I was here, it felt so good to be here. But while my husband and mother went out the door shopping, I went down and took a nap. And I was just dozing off. And I felt my mom put a blanket on me. And I saw and felt that vision that I've had for other friends. It's like the presence of God. It's like I got picked up as a little girl, laid on the couch, and the blanket represented the presence of God. Just thoughts going through my head, seeing my mom be blessed, seeing the joy. You know, marriage can really bring joy. And seeing her husband just love him so well. So my mom's pretty cool. I got to share this. We love to giggle. We love to have a beer. If that offends you, I'm sorry. And like, it's really interesting is I do Reader Digest versions of talking, and it's so nice to have Dave who gives the details out. So it's just like this mix. Now, once again, home of where your heart is. So I think what I want to say and just encourage you is ask God where your home is. Find that place inside where wherever you go, your home goes with you. You're like, okay, that sounds good. How do you do that, Teresa? A lot of it's that rest to run word, where you're resting and by attaching your faith to the miracle working powers of God. And even though you've got stuff going on, you still rise up in your authority, resting. So you're resting and laying hold of the promises. And then you're resting by laying hold of the promises and resting in the one who made the promises. His promises are yes and amen. That's the rest. And then you get to tap into his faithfulness. And that's simply making those declarations. That is where you can go and be home and have home inside wherever you go. I got to tell you, my mom is all class. Very first day, she's all dressed up and I'm in my rumpy hair and my t-shirts. And I'm just like, what a comparison. And as the day went on, my mom was like, she's like, Teresa, put your makeup on, comb your hair. And I had already tried to comb my wild curly hair and I had put my makeup on. And then as mom can only say, Teresa, put on some lipstick. So we have a lipstick joke going on. When I'm around here, I better have my lipstick on. I can't remember. Do I have my lipstick on? So just thoughts. And you know what? We had to me, it was almost a holy moment. Can I share this with you? Home where your heart is. My mom's husband took us to Wenatchee Golf and Country Club. And this is history for me. This is where my grandpa, Frank Schreck and Mary Schreck, that's their domain. But to go in there with mom's husband, Gene, and to go down and see down the Hall of Fame and see my grandpa there as once president, enjoying a breakfast. I was just overwhelmed with the goodness of God because this brought back memories. Okay, memories. So there's restaurant. Take your good memories. Let God reconstruct those memories. If there's some trauma, go through some mental neuropsychal things to really deal with the trauma And guess what happens? Then you get to remember the good things. And this golf course reminded me of my grandpa. My dad died at 48, okay? And he knew that I had a golf bug. My grandpa knew that I wanted to be a professional golfer. And I just think of things that he used to give me. Or my grandma. I remember when my grandma gave me golf cleats and I felt like a big dog. You hear the click, click, click. And my grandpa would lean in and say, hey, I've got other grandkids. Don't tell them. Thoughts like that. Grandparents, the gift of golf shoes, the gift of joy, the gift of dreams. So lots of emotions now as I've been hanging out with my mom and her new husband of 2 years. And what's really cool is my mom's husband, Gene, is now carrying on. He plays golf at the same golf course. So he's carrying on the family legacy where my grandpa played. And he's walking with such a godly gait. Simple thoughts. And all of this reminded me, when I think of my grandparents, I think of my dad, I think of my mom now with Jean, her husband. I thought of this one verse. It's Psalm 145, verse 4. Let's check this out. One generation shall praise your works to another and shall declare your mighty acts. So I'm not saying my family's perfect, is or will be perfect, but I will declare his faithfulness. I will do that tapping. I'll do that rest to run. The greatness for you, think about this. It doesn't matter your background, but you can be that gem reflecting his love and creating a legacy of greatness. And let me tell you, the greatness does not come with money or fame. It comes with a simple act of loving, forgiving, and sharing with your family, with your friends. And then you should end up, because of that, it's not because of money, you end up leaving a legacy to dream. So I want to end this. I know I'm going a little long, talking a lot about myself, but I want to end this with you and your dreams. If you waited this long, God bless you. I read something this morning that had the main point that God has an idea and he drops that into you. And that idea becomes part of your dream. It's like God can give you the idea, you create what's in your DNA, your creativity, and then the Holy Spirit impresses on us with confirming certainty, confirming strategies. Like strategies. I mean, I've been doing reels more, laughing more, showing a side that's not so serious. You got to go on Instagram or TikTok and search to find those reels. Well, this is the idea. From the time that God gives you that idea, which that God sees, he sees it already accomplished. And he just gives you the ability, the will to walk in that dream. A dream come true, and then praise follows. Like coming out here and even driving out here was a dream. So I'm going to end with some verses about dreams, about leaving a legacy, about home where your heart is. Is that your desire? Well, check this out. Can I just end with some verses? Psalm 16, verse 1. Go ahead and make all the plans you want, but it's the Lord who will ultimately direct your steps. I got to tell you something. We were going to go to Texas and then come home. So when we were in Houston, I was getting ready to go home and not knowing what was on Dave's mind. And all of a sudden he put Siri on and the address to, it was my mom's address. I said, you're kidding. We're going to mom's. Let me call, make sure she's there. Well, 4 days later, we get there. Knock on the door. Mom does her crying. So make your plans, but it's the Lord who will ultimately direct your steps. I know Dave listens to the Lord. So that was pretty cool. And then this one. How about this one? Proverbs 16. We're all in Proverbs 16. Verse 9. Within your heart, joy can make plans for your future, but the Lord chooses the steps you take to get there. That should take some pressure off of you. Your heart is for your future, for home to go wherever you go, to leave a legacy. And guess what? The Lord's going to choose the steps you take. As we submit and yield to him, good things happen. And then finally, Proverbs 16, verse 26, life motivation comes from the deep longings of the heart, and the passion to see them fulfilled urges you onward. I don't know, you may be tired. If you are, I hope this kind of wild story in my computer going all over will encourage you. If you feel stuck If you feel like you can't go on, I encourage you just to brain boosters, just to go forward, to try new things, read some books, read some fiction, boost your brain, take care of your brain. You think, take care of your brain. I'm not going to talk much more than this, except to say I'm on day 51 doing a neurocycle with Dr. Caroline Leaf. It's an app. So every day I'm taking care of my mind, cleaning up the mental mess. Had some tough things happen in the last year and a half. And even Dave said, Teresa, I see more joy. So I pray that for you. I'm believing God. I'm speaking that forth to you. You may just get to the very end and just to this live part. Can I speak into your life joy? Can I speak into your life that God is going to do? You're going to take a responsibility for your mind, for your soul, and you're going to go forward and ask God, how can I have some soul health? Some of you just might need to take a nap. Some of you just may need to, hey, could I get a babysitter? And my husband and I need to go out for a date. Something like that. Okay. So I make that declaration that you can stop being stuck and go forward with your identity and find your voice again. And then when you find your voice, you realize home is inside. Wherever you go, there's home. You learn the rest to run, and you learn that you can leave a legacy. I hope that encourages. A little rambly, better rambly as my hair. But just wanted to share that with you and say that you are enough. You are enough. God loves you. I love you. I believe in you. I believe you have the solution, the extraordinary solution to someone else's pain point. It might be in your book. It might be in your podcast. It might be in your course. Don't be afraid. If you want help with that, check out ikingsmedia.com/blueprint and talk to me if I'm not on the road. And let's talk about your voice. Let's talk about leaving legacy. ikingsmedia.com/blueprint. All right. I'll talk to you in the next video. Mom says I need a haircut, so maybe I'll get a haircut. But for sure, because I'm in my mom's house, the lipstick will be on.